After the Tughlaq dynasty came the Sayyid dynasty. Now, unfortunately, the reign of the Sayyid dynasty period was characterized by lawlessness and disorder. There were revolts, there were uprisings, people were beginning to show their unhappiness with the rulers of the time. Because there were revolts and uprisings, and the rulers and the military of the time were involved in repressing or suppressing these uprisings and revolts, art and literature also suffered. Now we saw that with the Tughlaqs, science and math came down, but with the Sayyids, the focus also on art and literature changed. People did not have time to write, people did not have time to draw and do paintings and sculptures and architecture and those kinds of things because they were interested in surviving the rulers, in making sure that the rulers survived. The uprisings had to be stopped, the revolts had to be put on hold, and so trends changed. Even art and literature came down, dropped. The only prominent work that came about during the Sayyid dynasty period was the work by Mubarak Ali, which is Mubarak Shahi, which was published for the first time during the Sayyid dynasty. That was the one event that stands in the Sayyid dynasty period in terms of education, literature, art, or anything to do with learning and moving ahead. The Sayyid dynasty period, unfortunately, as I said earlier, was not a period of peace, was not a period of harmony. It was a period of uprisings and wars. And we've seen even in our times, when a war or an uprising or a revolt turns up in society, trends change. People are more interested in the uprising, in the revolt. The rulers are more interested in protecting themselves and trying to shun the people who are involved in uprising and the revolts. And so the focus on education drops. And during the Sayyid dynasty period, we see a sharp drop in educational trends because obviously because the uprisings were far and frequent, the uprisings were very consistent and periodically happening. Children were not sent to schools, it wasn't safe, and so the issues of safety and security come into play. When issues of safety and security come into play, parents are hesitant to send young children out of their homes. They would rather keep them at home, and so education had to suffer. Education suffered under the Sayyid dynasty to a large extent because all areas of education, all prominent areas of education, literature, art, science, math, history, geography, even those areas suffered. Even law and jurisprudence suffered because even the military trained people were interested in holding the revolution and revolts at a standstill. And because of this involvement, and because the rulers and the ruling class and the people involved with the ruling class were also not paying attention to children and schools and education, education actually suffered a setback under the Sayyid dynasty period.